So what we were talking about earlier is how will it work, because some people say, well, it's not fair. How come some people are, what about people that are disabled and can't work, and people that are elderly and can't work, or people that just want to be lazy asses and do nothing and just sit around and collect money while other people go out and work? How is that?
Well, I mean, that's the beauty of it. I mean, that's the beauty of the system. I mean, people who can't physically take care of themselves will have people and services available to perform that function. Now, some people don't like working. We will make a concession to that. We will do it this way. We will have two revenue streams. One that will cover basic needs: food, education, water, shelter. Those basic needs, basically, and a luxury stream, which is based on labor. Right. So you have a luxury stream where you work, and your work will generate extra money for you. You can build an addition to your house, have a nice car, take vacations, do whatever you want to do with it. It's your money. And the people who don't want to work don't have to. But guess what? You won't. People who see other people getting stuff, and they usually have a tendency to want the same thing. So there won't be many. There may be lazy people at first, but after a while it'll get boring, and then people will see, well, shoot, I can just sit on my porch and not do anything, or I could do something, because it gets boring after a while. So
Right.
I think the lazy people will be lazy for a while, but then I think it's more like human nature to want to just do something. Something constructive. I mean, just to give yourself some self-satisfaction of movement. So the two revenue stream component in the equal money system takes care of everybody. Those who want to work, they'll get extra stuff because they're working. Their labor is worth money, and it's worth it's worth money and the things that money can buy. People who don't want to work will still take care of. They deserve a dignified life too. People who can't take care of themselves, they will be supported, and everybody's going to get supported. So that's how we see it.
And so this would be good for people to, work within their communities to do things like fruits and vegetables that are currently in season.
Well, of course.
What about
basically everything will be still in place. We still have to keep the infrastructure, the roads, energy, electricity. All this stuff still has to be in place. I believe there just won't be as much of it because there won't be as much of a need for it. I mean, we don't need to build 5 million cars a year, So we'll have to cut back on resources just because it won't be necessary. I mean, you build a car, keep it for 10 years instead of like changing it every year or every 2 years, or it won't be necessary. So I mean,
or maybe bike ride more and stuff.
We'll consume less, basically. I mean, everything's going to be geared with the idea of what would be the best thing for everybody. Whether it be to consume until we have nothing left, or just at a reasonable pace where people can enjoy themselves and still not kill the planet doing it.
And so, how do you think an equal money system would affect nature and the animal kingdom?
Well, like I said, we would consume less because a lot of the stuff that we buy has been engineered by social scientists and to get people to desire things they don't need. And I mean, that's what the 20th century advertisement ethos was all about. I mean, people didn't buy things they didn't need. They only bought things they needed, and the things that they used to buy lasted a long time because it was just sensible. And then after World War II, they decided, we got to keep people buying our stuff. So they made things to break easier, so they have to replace it. like I said before, we just have to make sure we remove the whole Madison Avenue advertising program. I mean, this mindless consumerism thing is just crazy.
And
the environment, we've got to just cut back on plastics, oil, just the things that really cause the most damage on the environment. We just got to cut back on that. And a lot of it that is just produced so these guys can make a lot more money. It's not really necessary to have to make as much stuff that we make. It's not necessary. We can make far less stuff that will actually be better quality if we just do it that way.
And maybe we can consider resources like hemp or
Sure, yeah.
things like that.
Yeah. I mean, there's a lot of things that aren't being used because it's not quote unquote profitable. So we'll take the profit motive away, and then everything becomes a lot more utilitarian, a lot more functional, and more sensible, basically.